been found to contain a suite of other antioxidants as well. So of course we can't overdo it on any sugar. Sugars always need to be a relatively low proportion of our diet. But in addition to what I've talked about, calcium, potassium, magnesium are also found in that, along with vitamin B2, riboflavin. So we actually get nutrients to help deal with these sugars in our body, unlike white table sugar, right? The stuff that we find in the middle of the table that we put in our various foods. These things are devoid of nutrients, so our body has to use its nutrients to process these sugars. Does that make sense? So again, I'm not saying we drink quarts of maple syrup, but it has really good stuff in there for you. Unfortunately, when commerce gets involved, we need efficiencies, right? So you don't come out, you don't tap a stainless steel spile into the tree and gather it in a bucket and you walk around and lug buckets all day long. You just let it run downhill in tubes and you come out on your ATV with a vacuum pump that puts it into a big plastic container that you drive it back with. Do you see where I'm going, guys? There isn't a single example that you can come up with, I bet, and I would love to know good examples, where when commerce gets involved, the quality of the foods and the products, they decrease some. It takes a really reputable producer to say, I'm going to accept that loss. I still have to make money, but I'm going to have a standard that makes sure that this is a really nutritious or powerful supplement or whatever the case it might be. Does that make sense?
Even when you are in, like in my business where we do things in ways that it costs us a lot more money, we have to use much more expensive product, we end up putting products out at a very high price point such that people will go, why is the product so expensive? Well, because of the integrity and how we make it, and yet still, it's not how I would do it at home. It's as good as I can do it at a commercial level to make. If you got what my personal stash, you can't afford it. You can't afford my personal stash. How much for a quart if I want to buy a quart of your maple syrup? I mean, $100 bucks.
I won't give it up.
Yeah.
Because it's all collected in metal, it's boiled in stainless steel, and I carried it all.
And again, so he's saying for every gallon of maple syrup, it was 40 gallons of the sap. Right. When you put the spile in the tree, it's not like the sap just runs out. It comes out like a drop at a time. That means that drop has to roll down, picking up all that phthalate in the soft plastic, and then landing in the bucket of hard plastic where it picks up the BPA. Then you take these gallons back, 40 gallons of that liquid with all the BPA and phthalate in it, and you boil off the water. As the water leaves, the BPA and phthalates don't, so what happens is they start to concentrate down until you end up with this gallon that's now loaded with what 40 gallons of dissolved BPA and phthalate get concentrated down into that 1 gallon, and then you go, wow, this is great, it's a wild food. And it looks nice in the little container, but we're not realizing where it actually came from.
And they're baking in the sun in the plastic.
Yeah.
Again, do remember
Let's take a look at this.
we're more than a month away from
Never
when
seen anything like this. So let's walk over here. It's all in plastic. This is on a wild food walk with Arthur Haines. We're here in Maine. And here you see the plastic tubes connected to the trees. Never seen anything like this. Look at that. Pure poisons from the plastic dripping down in a plastic bucket. Oh my goodness, look how much sap is in here. Wow. All plastic. Amazing. And there's more over there. Connected.